welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats.
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to Dragon Age. This week, the grand finale, which is titled A Sacrifice, because there will be no sacrifice. That's why, right? That's the reason. Before we go any further, do check out our links, which will be spamming in chat. The tweet isn't updated yet. I'm behind. I'm the worst streamer ever, but I'll update that whilst we go around everyone else. Otherwise, check out all our social links, places you can support us, sponsor information, and spaces you can get 10 to 15% discount using our special codes. Big thank you to Mage Hand Press and Bird and Storm Publishing who make this all possible. Alice! It's the grand finale, and I'll hand over to you.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Alice, you're muted.
Alice.
Aww. It's one of those days. I did something in yesterday's finale that Scrat found hilarious as well. So, you know, it's going to be that
I need
week.
to message them about that. That was hilarious.
But, yeah, it's the finale, everyone. So we'll head round quickly and say hello to everyone. And we will start with the lovely Ambly. Hi, Ambly, who has new hair. I've just noticed.
Oh,
Got new
thank
hair.
yes,
Sorry,
I
was
do.
distracted because my cat ate my notes. So, yeah.
Bad excuse, Alice. Bad excuse.
It was not a dog.
True. Hello, I am Ambly. I play the Canary Huldra that can control blood because reasons. And right now she's standing in front of another powerful mage, which might also be another blood mage. We'll see. Call it whatever you want. Fate, destiny. What brought her here is unknown. Probably because she had nowhere else to go and nothing else to do. At times.
I had free time. It's fine.
Yeah, save the world. Whatever. Bring it.
Perfect, thank you. And then we're going to hop down to Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Well, I say hi, Jeff. I can't see you, but hi, Jeff.
Hi, everybody. I'm here. I have a bit of a stomach bug, so I'm not going to be filming anything today. But I am here for this finale. You can find me on Twitter at Many-Eyed Monster, where I write RPGs and RPG supplements. And I am super excited to get into this today.
Awesome, thank you. And I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you.
And then we're going to hop over to the very lovely Nassim. Hi, Nassim.
Hello, I'm Nassim, and I'm playing. I forgot my name. Harvia. Harvia. I'm too sad that it's over, so I'm just blocking it all out already to stop from the pain. I'm playing Harvia, the Duster Dwarf Rogue, your grandma. And you'll find me on the internet at Nazgul on all the things and on the Venture Maidens podcast.
Awesome, thank you. And then we're going to hop over to our biggest Noper outer, who is Avery.
Hi, my name's Avery. I'm playing Nara, who may not even take part in this fight. She might just, nope out of there. She wants a nap. Listen. I am MatBat Online. I am an artist and cosplayer. I have a Kickstarter going at the moment with some sweet enamel pins. My when I checked this morning, we've hit 6,000, so $500 more, and we get all of the pin designs. And I'm very excited. We have 24 days left.
Yeah, it's insane, and they're so good
out
as
of 30.
well. Yeah, jeez.
I will,
Yeah, definitely go check those out because I'm a little obsessed with them. So
I will link.
And last but certainly not least, Scrat.
Oh, hi! Definitely not hastily leveling up my character from last time in the background. I play Guzgidai Dukan, who would like to give you a ladder to get off his back, and otherwise hit things with his axe and avoid the fade with his resistance to magic.
Oh yeah, he thinks he's got resistance to all magic.
This will be a fun fight.
You just find that other note that Hildy's probably eaten. There we go. Okay. So last week we fought Broodmother, a very big, disgusting, gross Broodmother, and we were also rejoined up with Terrail, who the golem the golem had stopped, and there wasn't a fight. There was a tense moment, but everything was fine. And after probably quite an emotional little bit of a chat, they decided to all head forward together, and they stepped forth into this almost like a temple. This huge room lined with statues holding stone and granite basins with a green fire sitting in them. A pool at the center in between them and another platform. A platform with 6 grey wardens, another mage, and someone, another female, bowed down in the center. And this mage turned and looked to Harbeck and asked if he would return the cube to her, as he'd looked after it so well. And that is where we will start. She stands there with her hand outstretched, waiting for your reply. You hear the metal of Terrail's sword being unsheathed as he sort of stands there ready, trying to puff himself up a little bit, trying to get as big as he can. Trouble, you can hear a low growl rumbling in his chest. What would you do?
Harbeck looks at her, and he looks at the chamber. There's no red lyrium in this chamber.
There is absolutely no red lyrium in this chamber.
Okay. Yeah, I've held on to it for you. I got it here. But I don't know that I'm ready to give it up just yet.
The hell do you want with it?
I made it.
Who are you?
A servant.
Of who?
And she just sort of points at the cube. The rightful gods.
The rightful gods.
Do I recognize this woman? Is this the woman that pushed me through the Olivian?
This is not the woman that pushed you through the Olivian.
Who is she?
She's gone.
Yeah,
She was a plot device.
yeah, she's kind of a plot device. We might see her in the back at some
You've
point.
crossed her before, but Nara hasn't crossed her before.
Oh. Do I recognize this woman at all?
None of you recognize this woman.
Okay.
In fact, it's bizarre. This is an alien sort of thing. You don't recognize this woman, this build-up, and you have no idea who she is. But Nara, I would like you to make a perception check. This does not include hearing.
I have never known fear like this.
Well, while she's doing that, like, what is the room like? Was it only the mage, or was it? Can you just give another description?
Yeah, you've got the huge Fenharal statue at the back, these high ceilings, the statues that line the walls with these sort of granite dishes with this green flame. Two almost like platforms. They've more become platforms. They've got steps down, and in the center is water, almost like a pool. There's even some greenery in this water. It looks like it's been here a while. And
15.
Nara, on a 15, you recognize the woman in the center of these grey wardens bowed down. And this mage clicks her fingers. The woman in the center stands, dressed in grey warden armor, a dwarf. Your mother, who you haven't seen for a very, very long time.
Thanks, I hate it. Yeah, I think you hear this sharp intake of breath from Nara, and then she has her bow drawn at the woman. And it's like, what kind of trick are you playing at?
The mage says nothing.
What are you doing with her? Let her go.
And she just says, turn, and your mother turns around. Raise your hand and wave to your daughter. The dwarf, your mother, raises her hand and waves.
Yeah, I think anyone looking at her, you could see the ends of her bow shaking. What have you done with her?
Her
She wouldn't
eyes
touch
are
you.
not with it. They're almost completely glazed over.
Does she look like the warden we saw in the Fade? Like her eyes, that kind of like general glaze?
It's something similar, but it's not quite the same. This is almost like a it's almost like she is being moved like a puppet rather than them all in sync, because the other Grey Wardens, they do not move. You see this energy coming from their hands slowly start to die as Nara's mother stands upright. Their eyes too glazed over, but they don't seem to be under this sort of puppetry control.
Right. Harbeck is watching all of this with his shield on his back and his maul in his hand, and in his other hand is in the bag that the cube is in, and he's just fidgeting with it. He's just shifting faces and pressing buttons while he keeps his eyes locked on this woman.
Yeah, you say that you fidget and you move it, and you feel almost like a pulse coming from it. It's not as warm as it normally is, but there is a pulse sort of radiating from this, and this mage. She reaches out her hand, and at the same time, Nara, your mother's hand reaches out. I need the cube now, please.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, actually. I'm getting a lot of bad vibes off of you.
And with a click of her fingers, Nara's mother draws a blade and holds it to her own throat. Give me the cube.
Nara looks at Harbeck, like eyes wide.
Harbeck knows Nara's mother, too. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've at least heard of her.
Yeah. Harbeck takes the cube out of the bag. Is the golem that we had still with us?
It's sort of lingering at the back. It's not really like with you, but it is there. It is there.
Okay.
And this mage is, I can make her slit her own throat if needs be, if you do not hand this over.
Harbeck.
Grey Wardens are so desperate to help the cause that they'll do anything for it.
Harbeck looks at Nara. And then he takes the cube out of the bag and he holds it out to the woman.
Thank you. And this cube slowly starts to lift up and drift and move into her open, outstretched palm.
Anyone looking at
Sorry, you go.
anyone looking at Guzgood will see him thumbing a throwing axe.
Yeah, I think Nara, like, she's watching her mother, and you just hear her murmur, like, to Harbeck under her breath, like, I'm sorry.
Not your fault, kid. We're in the belly of the beast now.
I don't know how they got her here.
Yeah, I don't know. So is that it? You're just taking the cube?
And it's
Give me
almost
the
like
answers.
she's ignoring you now. Like she's looking so in awe at this cube now that she has it, and she's got this big smile on her face. You realize what you've done. This is wonderful. As she sort of looks up at you all, he will rise again. A
Harbeck,
rightful king, a mage, a god. Thank you. Because of what we mages have done, he will come back.
What have the mages done?
And she sort of gestures to the ones around her. A small few, but soon others will follow. We are gifted by the gods themselves. Why else would we have magic?
Have you guys just been hiding down here this whole time? We've been looking for you and the world's going to hell.
I know. It's because he's coming back.
How could
Harbeck,
she let her mother go?
steps back a little bit until he is in line with Nara. And then he looks at her, and then he looks at her mother, and then he looks at her, and he says, "You think you can shoot that dagger out of her hand?"
This dagger, and it's like you just see like our eyes just flick to it briefly. It's like I can try.
If you want, I can try.
And my axe.
We all roast it up my mother.
Okay.
Harbeck just kind of like gives like the briefest little nod to Nara, and he steps forward. So this cube, it's bringing him back, the one who found the thrones, right?
One of them. There are more. This is but a seed that needs its earth, its soil to grow. And she just sort of looks over at Nara's mother briefly.
Yeah, you were, I heard tell of some sort of,
A key.
yeah, key, some sort of sacrifice, and he is going to bat the cube out of her hand with his maul.
You need to get to her first.
Oh, how far away is she?
You've got water separating.
Oh, I thought it was like shallow water.
No.
But
You can walk
Oh.
across the water,
Yeah.
but you're on two pedestals in this room, on two platforms, effectively.
Oh, I see.
Which is why she drifted it over to her rather than moving.
That
towards
makes sense now.
you.
Nick is gonna be
Okay.
looking at you still, thumbing his axe like, I can hit a cube. I'm probably here.
So,
I can sneak away.
Everyone's like, I
I
guess
love all the like doers out.
All of us sort of like standing in this semi. Do we? Do we?
yeah, so where's Avery's mother?
By this mage and in between these 6 Grey Wardens. She
Okay.
herself stood in Grey Warden armor. And the mage again holding this cube, and Harbeck, you notice as she's holding it, it's like her fingers just move slightly and it's chopping and changing and swirling round. So, and she brushes a hand against Nara's mother's hair, who stands almost like a statue. Grey Wardens have such a resistance to Darkspawn. It makes them perfect.
Can I take
Harbeck,
the aim action?
Ooh, yeah. Harbeck looks at Gersgeard, and then he looks at the mage, and then he looks back to Gersgeard and down at his throwing axe,
What
and
I
just
think-
kind of nods at him.
I think Guzgit
and then
probably
he-
would have also have been taking the aim action whilst thumbing that thing. Thank you for highlighting that very useful mechanic.
A very good ability. He keeping an eye forward, not really looking at her. He says kind of quietly, just, Harvey.
Yeah.
How quick of a shot are you?
Quicker if I sneak away.
All right. We're gonna buy you a bit of time.
Let me get around him. I want to sneak away and start getting my backstab ready.
Yep, you can do that.
Nice. As Harvey sneaks away, Harbeck draws her attention back. What about you? Aren't you some kind of conduit, magical power? What makes a Grey Warden better for this sacrifice than a mage?
Their blood. It runs alongside Darkspawn blood. They've already felt the taint. Do you know how many I've tried this on? And they don't make it?
Is that what I saw on the way here with the red lyrium?
No. That's a precaution.
Hmm.
And this green light sort of starts to swirl around Nara's mother's eyes. You see that just like it's almost the same as this veil fire, this green fire you see in all of these dishes. And it's almost like a static around her eyes, and you can see a little bit around the rest of her body as well, as the cube almost starts to vibrate in midair as it chops and changes, and you notice it's getting bigger as it opens.
Holdra, can
Yeah.
you lock her up or something?
Absolutely.
Freeze her joints?
Okay, that's far enough. Holra is gonna use gosh darn it, I just had it. I'm gonna use Blood Slave
Oh,
on the woman. And she needs to roll willpower.
as soon as Harbeck sees Holdra incanting or whatnot, he says, "Yeah, we got someone of our own specialized in blood." And then he just kind of casually looks at Nara and he says, "Take the shot, kid."
Yeah. She was an
Oh,
arrow.
that's. Let's see. Where do I even see the test? Like how much you must.
I think it's. I don't actually recall.
Should be in the place we picked out the spell itself.
Spell itself. Okay. It just says versus my spell power, and I don't know what my spell power is.
Ah, okay.
I never found it.
Isn't it like 10 plus your magic plus focus if you've got focus?
Something like that, yeah.
What was it you said?
10 plus your magic plus focus if you have focus, I think.
Oh yeah, then she doesn't succeed.
Okay. So what does that mean?
We-
What are
Ooh,
you doing?
that means I have control of her.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So yeah, so it allows me to take completely control of the enemy's body unless they make a successful willpower. So I'm gonna make her freeze up and drop the cube.
You see her just static, like it's like she tenses up. Her shoulders sort of rise, her arms clench back to her body. This cube remains midair
Okay.
as it unlocks more and more. And it's almost like it starts to, for a second, it looks like it just breaks. And there in the center of this cube itself is this green black swirl getting bigger and bigger.
Oh.
I'm taking the shot at my mother's hand that's holding the dagger.
Roll for me.
Okay, so I've taken the aim action,
Mhm.
which now that I've taken a novice in archery with a level up, so now I get a +2 instead of a +1 when I aim.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's alrighty. 18.
18. So you're
Oh.
trying to just knock this blade out of your mother's hand.
Yeah, just like even if it goes straight through her hand, and maybe even snap her out of it from the pain.
Yeah. She, as you do this, there's that. If anyone has stood in front of Nari, hear that whistle as this arrow fires off and spins through the air and catches this blade. Your mother's hand barely moves as this blade just falls to the floor, and you hear that clang in front.
As soon as it hits the ground, Harbeck is just running across this water,
Guz's
Yeah.
holding back.
moving across as fast as he can.
Guz's holding back. Huldra has control of the situation, so he's still aiming in case she snaps out of it or anything. He doesn't understand
Yeah.
magic.
Also, she takes damage, which I'm rolling now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
This is a high
Oh, it's the fight
spell,
over.
just saying.
The fight's over, guys.
We
Thank you,
did
darling.
it!
We did it.
What's Harvey doing?
Harvey is poised behind them, wherever they are, up in that pedestal behind the water.
Mm-hmm.
She's like ready because she sees Holder's holding her right now. But if she breaks out of it, she's gonna run up and like grab her and stab her.
Yeah. Okay. The Grey Wardens themselves sort of stagger back. They're sort of shaking their head, and again they keep blinking over and over again, but their eyes are still that milky white. The mage herself is still static and still frozen. And is there a time limit on this?
For every turn, if we're in combat, she can roll her
Another
willpower.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. And she still freezes like in this static motion. And Harbeck, as you run up, are you running towards the cube?
Yeah.
You run towards this cube, and it's almost like it's broken into all of these much smaller shards and cubes, as it's almost frozen in the air. And you run towards this black, swirling green mass. And you see these two huge hands reach through the other side and start to stretch it open. And as you get to this face, you meet the face of the voice you have heard for so long. And that same sort of hissing whisper of, Harbeck as it sort of stretches and this huge creature steps through, almost half human, half darkspawn. This creature has long gangling limbs, these all bent out of shape. Nothing is in full proportion. The arms are ridiculously long, stretched out, bone-like, these fingers, long claws. This head is twisted and malformed. There's these sort of big growths all the way down the back as this 8-foot creature steps through. Could you all please roll initiative?
Just such a fun campaign, you guys.
So I love
great.
this. And oh,
Oh, Holdra, come on.
Okay, so let's have a look.
Chat's recommending we run away.
Would
my
love
mom's
to.
in there.
That's a good suggestion.
To where?
To rail.
It's what I'm good at. I have a focus in it.
That's to rail.
Oh, to rail, I sort of fucking god.
And I need to roll for trouble.
You actually rolled 3d5 there.
Oh, I did, didn't I? I didn't know I did that. Let's redo that for to rail. 15.
Oh wow.
Okay,
That's
Okay,
good
Harbeck,
rolls.
can you roll again as well, please? Just because you both got the same.
Oh yeah, sure.
How's Alia doing?
I haven't rolled for Alia yet.
I'm just like, how many sacrifices we got? Please.
To rail.
Don't worry, guys. You're all
Everyone I love.
resistant to magic.
It's a good
Everyone I
point.
love leaves me.
Sorry, did you roll, Nassim?
No, I'm trying to decide if I want to do my
Ah,
ability and seize the initiative.
okay.
I would say yes.
Why not? Okay, I'll do it. I'll seize the initiative.
Seize it. Seize away.
And I get 2 stunt points. So I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do.
What does that do? Seize initiative.
I basically, I think I start the round, and then I also get 2 stunt points.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, you just
Shit.
you
Yeah.
got it.
Alia, 12. Yes, Harvey.
Okay.
would you like-
Then I'll reload. Oh no, that just makes it a rapid reload. I can't fire again. Then I'm gonna take a defensive stance.
Mhm.
Does this thing have armor?
It has armor, but it looks to be more of. It's like it's built into its own body, like it's things coming out of it. There's these. You couldn't even necessarily identify the metal itself.
Okay.
There.
Then I guess I'll pierce it instead. I'll pierce the armor instead. So with my crossbow, I'm gonna attack. Do.
Let's have a look.
To attack plus, and it's okay 5.
That is just a miss.
Dang it! Then I guess that's my turn. Unless I can spend the rest of my action trying to like slap the Grey Wardens awake.
You rolled.
Come
Was that
on.
the attack? Was that for an attack? Because you rolled 2d6.
Oh, you rolled 2d6, not.
Yeah, isn't that what you? Or is it always
No,
3?
not for the attack roll. It's always
Always
3.
3.
Damage is the one that has.
Yeah,
That's right. Okay. Well,
it's a miss, I'm afraid.
okay.
But you can go and slap a Grey Warden if you want to.
Let's go slap some Grey Wardens.
Yeah,
Wake
you
up!
can go- you can go slap some Grey Wardens. Nara, it is your turn.
Yeah, I think I'm just running across to my mother and
You
trying to
can
snap her out of it. I
Run
have
over to her.
I have a 12 speed. So,
You
and
can
I'm
run
just-
straight over.
okay, cool. and I'm gonna smack her if I have to, and just like shake her and try and snap her out of it. It's like, come on, we have to get you out of here. You.
Could you roll just outright like 3d6, please, to try and
I just backhand my mom. Just flat 3d6.
Yeah, just straight 3d6 for me.
Wow.
Yeah, the emotion is sort of like too overwhelming for you, and as you sort of strike your mother again and again, and as you go in for the third, she grabs your hand and clenches very tightly around your wrist. It is Harbeck's turn. You are faced with this creature.
It's cool, guys. I got this.
You want to say it looks like it's trying to smile down at you. This remains this very sort of dark, sort of almost burnt-ish like skin, as it towers over you, especially as a dwarf. This is just over 8 foot.
I am going to take an all-out attack on this guy. And I'm going to say, this one's for Grim, you bastard.
Roll for me. It's a miss. And as you do, you swing wildly, and as you start to swing, its hands sort of drop to its sides, and you see its feet slowly rise up off of the floor.
That's a bad sign.
It is Terrail's turn.
Oh yeah, just run away, Terrail. Leave the room now.
Terrail sees you. Sort of, you've run headfirst towards this creature, and with this small blade, this small ornamental dagger, oh my god.
He gets a phone call.
It's the most aggressive ice cream van.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, there's an ice cream van outside.
Oh my god.
Right, okay. Stop!
I think they must pull up right outside our house.
They have. They're right there.
Sounded like it was a phone by your microphone.
Yeah.
It's just a really aggressive ice cream van. Terrail, seeing Harbeck faced with this huge 8-foot creature as it starts to rise off the ground, you just hear Harbeck as he sort of runs forward with this dagger, and again sort of he swipes, completely misses, but Harbeck, he stands in front of you. And it is Alia's turn.
My baby.
My special boy.
Yeet that kid out of here!
Alia fires, and this arrow just sort of hits this armor, almost like bone, and ricochets off the side. Gizgid, it is your turn, and you've just seen Terrail run forward. Both him and Harbeck swing and miss. Alia let loose an arrow. Nothing happens.
How far away are they from me?
I'd say...
In yards.
Oh god, don't do numbers with me. You know this doesn't work.
Because I'm slow as all hell. I can move just under 4 meters.
Oh yeah, you were in that armor!
Oh god.
I'm gonna kill you very slowly.
There's a big
coming,
animal,
everyone.
and Gizgid's just waddling.
Oh lord, he coming!
I'd say about 12 to 15 yards away.
What, 12 to 15 yards? What are they doing? Stand on the other side of the
room, yes!
Can't you have like a dash action or something? Use an action to run.
I could literally use
8 yards.
my action to run, but that means I forego
Your
attacking this turn.
Yeah,
Your dash moves less than my normal speed.
but it's like if you don't do that, you're gonna arrive when the fight has ended.
No, I can still damage from a distance. I have a proficiency in throwing weapons. It's just
You throw something
How
and
many
it doesn't
throwing
come
weapons
back.
do you have?
vexing. No, I do have with aim and +1 and using strength as my throwing ability. I've actually got a very high chance of hitting. It just does less damage. That's all. So I will move forward 4 yards,
Oh my
and I'll
god.
huck an axe. 4 stunt points. Boom. Does that hit?
That hits. From that massive distance. That hits.
Yes. So we'll do the damage on. Oh, actually, do I want to do damage on that? I have 4. Yeah, I'm gonna do lightning attack, so I get to attack again. But on this first one, which does hit, I'm also going to do a I'm gonna make it a mighty blow. Can I do that on range? Yeah, just as on
You
your
should
attack.
be able to.
Yeah, it's
You have-
just
You have mighty blow for 1, so.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be 2d6 plus 2, so that does 11 damage. Then I huck a second axe, but this time not using aim. Does aim last a whole turn or only one attack? Does anyone?
1 attack.
One attack, thank you. 14?
yeah, there we go. Oh, for another hit, no. Or are you just doing this for
That's a
plus
second.
damage?
That's a second attack. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that misses.
Damn it.
The first one sort of strikes, and you see he take it sort of in the shoulder as it stays there. And he looks down at it and looks back up at you. And this other one sort of flies past. It is. Let's have a look. It is his turn. And after you've struck him with this axe, he is going to roll. Let's have a look. Okay.
Oh, also we hit 10 retweets.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
11, I'm assuming, does not hit, especially in that armor. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Hang on. Oh, it would just be another +1, so it'd be 12. It still wouldn't hit you.
Who are you attacking?
I was attacking Guzgid, sorry.
Okay.
He
What's
saw
attacking
this-
me from this distance? I'm a mile away. What's he focusing on me for?
Because you threw and hucked an axe at him.
Well, an
Doing.
11 meets my defense.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, the armor doesn't increase defense; it just increases the armor, so the damage will be way less.
Yeah. Okay. These take 16 damage as this bolt of, he sort of starts to curl his hands, and you see this green mass of light shoot out, and all of you see this as it strikes Guzgid straight across your chest and shoulder.
Does my armor still count for that? Does that ignore armor or?
No, this doesn't ignore armor.
Go for that. In that case, I only take 6 damage.
Holy shit.
It is not Nara's, Holdra's turn.
Hello, I'm Holdra. Okay, so I'm still holding the lady.
Mhm.
I guess she can resist on her turn.
Mhm.
I guess I think I just want to take in the situation. Like, can I roll an Arcana and see like if the Grey Wardens are possessed by magic? What's the biggest magical threat here?
Roll for me.
Okay, roll. Is it plus what? Plus
Should be, plus your. Hang on.
perception?
Yeah,
No?
it'll be your perception.
Okay, I'm not very perceptive person. That's an 11.
On an 11, you can see they're tied to magic, but there's no. They don't look like they're threatening or anything right now. It looks like they're in almost like a trance.
Okay, they're on standby right now.
Effectively, yeah.
So it's only like the dwarf that came through the portal that is like, I'm gonna attack you.
No dwarf came through a portal.
What? What came through the portal? I thought it was a dwarf.
Over 8-foot creature.
Oh, okay, that's not a dwarf.
That is like as far from a dwarf as you can get.
Okay, is it humanoid? Is it an elf, a human, or?
It's like an 8-foot human-esque creature merged with darkspawn and this other sort of bone and metal.
Cool. Do I sense anything magical from him with my 11? Oh yeah, he's
Everyone senses something magical from this guy.
Okay, cool. I'm like, I think I'm just gonna hold her for now, so we don't have to deal with her as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just. Oh wait, one thing. I'm gonna use then my little thing to bash her into the ground, and hopefully she will take some damage from that bite.
Okay, roll for me.
Like I guess what do you? I don't think there's anything to roll specifically. I guess it's
roll
kind of
a straight 3d6 just to see. That just hits, yeah.
Okay. So like 2d6 or what?
Yeah, just do 2d6. It's not really going to do
much. That's a 4.
Knocking her over,
Yeah.
and she falls to the ground. But again, it's barely. She doesn't show any sign of hurt or anything on her face. She's literally just collapsing, and she's now going to make a wisdom save. Nine, she does not, as you stun her, sort of, and she is down on the ground. We are back up to Harvey's turn.
This guy hasn't gone yet, has he? Or he did?
He attacked Gerson.
Yeah, he's attacked. He attacked Guzgud.
Oh, okay. Have any of the Grey Wardens responded to my slabs?
No, none of them have responded at all.
Well, I guess I'll just try and hit the big baddie then. Let's, no, it's the same amount of damage. We're just gonna shoot another arrow at him. Key.
16 is a hit.
Woo! And do I get stun points?
You do get stun points.
4 of them. Oh my god. Okay. Then we're gonna do a lightning attack. Yeah. So that's just 2 attacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Plus, okay. I think it's 3, actually.
I now have the Venga Boys in my head.
You're welcome. 13 damage for the first one, and then with my second. Oh wait, no, I have to roll the hit first, don't
You
I?
have to roll the hit first.
Oops. Okay. Let's change those numbers again. Yeah.
Hit, yeah.
Yeah. And another 13.
Another 13.
Boom. Get
Yeah.
back in your cube.
Get back in your cube, young man. As Harvey, you see this sort of static. In fact, describe it to me, Harvey. How are you attacking this creature that is currently looming over Harbeck and Terrail?
Well, since I'm probably behind him on this platform with all the other baddies, and he's looming over, if he has is this his full body out of the cube?
Oh yeah, he's stepped
Still
right
kind
out.
of. Oh, okay. Then I'm shooting those arrows right towards the anus
You can do that.
as an ode to my character.
You fire off twice, and you just sort of. In fact, Harbeck, you'll probably see his eyes widen as he sort of doesn't realize Harvey is behind him. And he takes these 2 hits and he just takes a quick glance back at Harvey. As he looks back, Nara, it is your turn.
So my mom's got like a vice grip around my wrist, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like yanking against it, trying to get out, trying to wake her mother up. It's like, you are a Canaran, goddammit, and you're gonna let this person control you?
Roll me
And she's
almost like a persuasion if you're talking to her.
okay. So persuasion?
Yeah.
I have a 3 I have a focus in persuasion and a +3 communication. So God, I swear to God, dice be kind. Oh my God. 16.
On a 16, you see her eyes switch between milky and normal. Milky, not like they keep switching, and it's like she's looking at your hand. She still stays completely rigid. You just Nora, and your hand drops, but she stays completely rigid.
Yeah. Is that my whole turn?
I think you have another action. I believe you can do.
Oh, do you let me attack, or would that be?
Yeah, go on. Attack, because that was more that she had. It was more for
Yeah.
you to pick if you could get out.
Yeah, she's like, right, and she's gonna turn around and fire off an arrow. No aim on that one because I don't have time for it, but 15, that misses, yeah.
Hit.
Oh,
but-
hits?
Terrail.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said it
Yeah.
hits. Like, wait, what?
No. Harbeck, Terrail has run in front of you. He's got a small, like, little scrawny arm out as if he's, like, trying to protect you as he holds this ornamental dagger up at Corypheus.
Harbeck is going to scoop Terrail up in one arm, and he is going to take the run action past this giant dude towards where Harvey is with the Grey Wardens. Like, as soon as he looks back at Harvey for shooting him in the butt, Harbeck is going to grab Terrail and just like book it kind of more out of range and out of sight, but he's also going to shout, "All right, Trouble, give us a loud howl." And I'm hoping that these Grey Wardens will respond to a Mabari war howl.
Okay. And I shall roll for Trouble. Plus his communication. On a 10, Trouble, you can see, stood where you originally started as he throws his head back and howls like this echoes through this hall. And you think the Grey Wardens, they sort of stop swaying for a moment. On a 10, they keep swaying.
Right.
It is Terrail's turn as he looks at you, almost trying to fight you as you drag him off. So, what are you doing? Get off! I can do this!
This is not the time or place, kid.
It's exactly the time and place! Like, as he's sort of yelling, trying to struggle out of your grip. Are you holding him fast?
Yeah.
Okay, then I need you to roll strength for me versus his strength.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, you're +3, so. Yeah, he's almost fighting you, but you've got the firmest grip on him and just like this tiny wiry little body, but he sort of flops after a while, giving up, realizing you're not putting him down. It is Alia's turn.
Hold on.
Or would you like to
wanna,
do something else?
I just want to say, like, to Terrail, like, as I set him down and I look at him and I just say, like, help Harvey wake up the Wardens. Do not go near that thing. And he points toward the giant dude.
Grey Wardens. Okay. And he just sort of, like, now you've given him a job, he just tears off towards Harvey. It is Alia's turn. Again, she misses. I'm getting a lot of nat ones on Alia. She's still feeling pretty weak from before, and you can see where she's trying to stretch out her firing arm, and she looses this arrow, but it sails off in the wrong direction. Guzgid, it is your turn. Would you like to waddle another 4 yards?
No. I think I will use the run action, and I will run 8 yards. Does that bring me all the way up to them?
You've got another, 3 yards.
Bloody hell.
The others legged it towards it.
This is why we don't grave rob.
Yeah, this serves you right.
Reduction, though. That 10 damage reduction. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's pretty incredible.
God, I wish that were me.
In which case,
This is Nara's no armor run.
I will take the minor action aim ready for my next turn.
Okay. You can position yourself ready. It is Corypheus's turn. As he's turned and he's seen Harvey. You can see him just sort of in one place as his feet hover off of the floor, and he just rotates. Now facing the direction of the Grey Wardens, and he looks at Harvey.
So I imagine as he rotates, those arrows are still stuck in that butt.
They are. Very
So
Right,
everyone
like
else
one
gets
of
a
these
good
feet?
view.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's giving him a
Harvey-
big
wow.
shit-eating grin.
Yeah. He doesn't, it's not like you can see much expression on this face. There's no smile, there's no frown. It's just there's so much sort of distorted on the face you can't really see a frown, but he does lash out at you. When I can find the thing, where is it? There we go.
Come at me, bro.
The 13 hit.
Ooh, it matches.
Okay. So take. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, that's correct. Could you please take 7 damage as these huge, elongated, claws come down and they just slash across you, and you feel a whelp of blood draw up on your face, and you can feel it trickle down as it slashes across your face and across your chest.
Okay. Ow.
It is Holdra's turn.
Cool. So does she have a dagger on her?
The mage?
Yeah.
No, there's no dagger on her.
Nothing sharp?
There's her staff, but it's very similar to just normal staffs.
I'm not very familiar in Dragon Age. Does a mage that uses the staff need their staff in order to cast magic?
Not always. It depends.
I am gonna... Is there a ledge somewhere, or...
Where the Grey Wardens are, which is actually where you are, right?
Yeah.
Because you're but you're a bit further back because you're by the mage. You are on a slightly raised ledge. However, if you move off to the right, you can climb up. There's it's not very high, just a few rocks.
Okay. I just want to find some something hard where she can put her arm, and I'm gonna try to make her break her own arm.
Okay, you can try if you want. There's steps. So
okay, so I don't know. I guess I can roll magic and see how well I can control.
I think
Control
that would be the best. Yeah, 'cause you've also
Yeah.
got prone.
$18.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
So I'm basically making her walk up to a couple of rocks or something. You just put her arm against the ledge and take her other arm and smack it to the rocks to break her arms. Huldra is a nice person.
You can hear a snap. It's not necessarily a break an arm, but you can see it sort of start to blacken slightly. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily a break because it's still at the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
her own force against it. She's not strong, so it's not quite.
Yeah. Should I
break.
roll damage for that as well?
Yeah, yes, please. 6 probably.
2 damage.
Oh my god.
I will slowly kill this person.
And she's gonna now make that wisdom save.
Yeah. No.
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 No. Okay. I'm not rolling the right thing. I suddenly realised I shouldn't be rolling the right thing. It's always the worst. Just triple check. Oh, okay. I should be rolling a +3, but it's just another +1 to that for now.
But if she needs to, I think it's a 14 she needs to beat.
Oh.
So
She's woken up.
I'm just gonna double check so I don't lie.
Mhm.
It was 10 plus my magic. Was it plus my blood magic?
Yeah, your
Oh no.
your
Oh.
actual notes. You've got the magic. I've forgotten what it's called. Now, hang on, I'm flicking between so many pages. Sorry.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Magic is hard.
It's your spell power.
It's my
Isn't
yeah, but I don't have my spell power like anywhere. I can write it down. But if it's 10 plus my magic, it's 3. But I have a focus in blood magic, so then it would be 15 instead of.
Okay. Is it? I'm assuming you're a blood mage, so I would say it's
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
do that then. Yeah. So then we're gonna move on to. Let's have a look.
Alice?
These claws down, frozen again. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's a nice
Harvey,
profile pic.
it is your turn as this creature has sort of just slashed down with these huge sort of nails almost and cut across your face, and it doesn't cut into your chest, but it scrapes along just that leather armor you have. Harvey, what would you like to do? You are muted.
I'm gonna. Ooh. Terrell is here now. Terrell's not next to me, is he?
He's not right next to you. If anything, he's coming towards you.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna try and separate myself from the Grey Wardens a little bit so that his attention stays on me and away from Terrell, and fire an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? I keep getting these numbers confused now. Ooh!
20, yes, definitely.
Oh my god,
Definitely.
so many stun points. Okay.
This is like how we started at the beginning, where Harvey was just firing at an army of Darkspawn, and now she's just rocking it, firing at this guy.
Just smashing him. Yeah, okay, well, so for the first 3 points, we're gonna do another lightning attack. So it's gonna be 2 attacks. So this first damage is 11.
11.
And to hit again. No.
Doesn't hit. So
Damn
you
it.
fire this arrow off. Where are you aiming for? The one that hits?
Probably, does he have his face, his eyeballs?
Yeah. You can strike him just to the side because there's like this extra sort of almost like crown-like of bone as it strikes right in there, and he reaches up and snaps it off and throws it aside. You can see him sort of wince slightly and rub his temple.
Then I'm gonna also insult him.
I just would like to insult him, please.
Yeah,
How are you going to insult him?
distracts him. I'm just gonna ask him how it feels to have. How do those arrows feel in your bum, man?
You
Something
can't-
familiar?
Again, no expression, but he just starts to loom that little bit closer towards you, Harvey. Nara, it is your turn, and you're seeing Harvey being a bit of a badass over here, peppering this thing with the arrows.
Alrighty, she's gonna look to her mom and just be like, "We need you." And she's gonna dart off, trying to get into a blind spot, maybe. And I'm gonna try and get the backstab, so I gotta roll stealth check first.
Well, this thing is turned towards Harvey, so it's
Okay.
not actually looking at you right now.
Did you roll willpower against the taunt? Or no?
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
it's. Oh, you did? Okay.
Did I?
No, there's no roll coming up.
Hang on.
There's you need to make a willpower roll against my communication.
I see.
Or he'll take a -1 on attack rolls and casting rolls.
17.
And I'm rolling, okay. Oh,
17. We roll again?
I guess? It didn't say which one wins.
No. That's...
It's just against my roll too.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay,
So
-1.
what's that? It's
-1 to attack rolls and casting rolls. For his next turn.
Okay, for his next turn. Okay. It is Nara's turn.
Alrighty. So yeah, I'd like to run around and I'd like to try and get in the blind spot. Also, he's not looking at me and get that backstab if I can. So I'll draw the stealth versus perception.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
So that, and I have a focus and stealth. So bump up. Like, it's a bad roll for me, but it's a 14 stealth versus perception. Yeah, so I don't get the backstab.
He doesn't look at you, but Harvey, you see that just what you think is his nose sort of twitch and sniff as he sort of looks back at Nara.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the aim, mine action, and I'm gonna fire an arrow at him.
Go for it.
So that's another 6. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's sort of
Nora's having a shit day.
Yeah, you fire.
She's had a rough
and
day.
as it turns, it catches part of his armor as it just ricochets off. Harbeck, it's your turn.
I am going to move between Harvey and Corypheus.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to take the defend action. So I gain +2 to my defense until the beginning of my next turn.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the aim action. So I gain +1 to attack on my next attack. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Trouble is going to do you shout any orders to Trouble?
Yeah, I kind of just try to like bolster his spirits, like, come on, wake him up, you got this.
Okay. He rose. And on a 17,
Yeah.
Harvey and Terrail, you see these grey wardens sort of stagger back a bit, but they sort of, some of them even fall over as they snap out of this, and they look up at Corypheus and jump to their feet, drawing their swords.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Is Jenna awake as well, or is she her own
Jenna
brand
is
of...
not awake.
She's her own brand of fucked up.
Yep. Oh wow, guys!
About time you
What's
sleeping
the
beauty.
3 wardens. Let's have a look. It is Terrail's turn. He now doesn't really know what to do because the wardens have just woken up. And
Get my mom.
in a panic, he turns and looks to Harbeck, and he looks to Harvey, just like he's been told not to go to Corypheus, but at the same time, there's this creature that is looming over them all. What do I do? What do I do?
Go to Nara.
I can't just go. I can help. I swear. And he just sort of he runs forward and tries to attack Corypheus.
Oh, you little shit.
He misses. He completely misses as this it's an ornamental dagger. It's nothing really solid, and you just hear that sort of bone against metal as that clang almost. And he sort of looks up at this huge creature. Gizgid. Oh no, sorry, it's Alia's turn first. Who is also being very bad today.
Come on, babe. Wow, come on. We're
She
useless
hits.
lesbians.
Yeah, she hits. A 7. And this arrow just, again, you see it sink into the side as it's turned to look at you, Harvey, and the rest of you see this other arrow come out from the side and just strike him right in the shoulder.
Bombard the son of a bitch.
It is Gizgid's turn.
At last, I'm within 4 yards.
You are there, Gizgid. You are there.
Gizgid walks a normal move action, no running or charging here. And they're going to use an all-out attack on Corypheus.
Go for
You took aim last turn too.
I did, yep. I'm trying to remember if it's just plus strength, isn't it? So with aim, 19.
19, definite hit.
And I'm going to move because I'm a two-handed journeyman. I can move them 2 yards in any direction anytime I hit them. I'm going to move the bastard 2 yards away from Terrail.
Okay.
And then throw in some damage. Just 9.
Describe how you're doing this to me as you see it sort of turn towards Terrail.
Well, as it turns, I guess its stomach's going to be kind of open, and I'm just going to be like, hook, nope!
Yeah, you see it almost like sort of tip to the side slightly as this sort of this crush, and you hear that horrible crunch as your axe goes through. It doesn't break the skin where it is as to what you've hit, and it crunches and it turns and looks back around to you, moving closer to you. It is.
Do I have a minor action, like come and get it or something like that?
I think all-out
Can I
attack
get you a
takes your
ladder?
minor action.
Does it?
I think so. I think it's a full action, right?
I believe so.
The sound of many a scrolling as I scroll.
Okay. This Corypheus reaches out, and you see these 2 hands come forward as he swings them to both of them to you at the same time, but his claws are out as if he's jabbing you from both sides. This is a harsh attack, I will. 18.
Well, yeah, it hits.
Yeah. And that is, let's roll, 12 damage.
Or 2.
Or 2. This armor is ridiculous. Like, it comes in and you get, like, as the fingers go up, half of it sort of disappears on this heavy armor you've got, but you do just get it as it catches you in the face and again draws blood down the side of your cheek. It is Huldra's turn.
You said the Grey Warden's woken up.
Yes.
I guess this woman is not one of them.
No.
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 Okay. I'm gonna with a broken arm. I'm gonna waddle her to the water and make her jump in.
Yeah, this is a very shallow bit of water, but you can make her jump in.
Okay. I'm just gonna just with the head underneath the water, just to specify.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
absolutely
Okay.
fine.
Cool.
6. And we'll just see how many rounds that she's in that. She's now going to try wake up. 12. No,
She does not have the willpower.
No, she does not wake up. It is now the warden's turn go, and I'm going to roll for all 3 of them. All 6 of them, sorry, but probably a bit hazy, to be honest. They do not hit. They do not hit. They sort of, you can see them as they sort of get ready and draw and take position. but you can tell that this magic has obviously had an effect on them, as they still sort of, you can see some of them, their hands are trembling, but you can see the fear on their faces, what faces them. It is Harvey's turn.
So the wardens are just standing there frozen?
They're not frozen, they're readying themselves. They're not like frozen again or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, anytime you're ready, fellas. And I'm gonna load another crossbow and fire.
Yeah, go for it.
Nah. Dang it. Nope.
That's a miss. Again, this arrow ricochets off.
Well, that's about it.
Nara, it's your turn.
Alrighty, same thing. I'd like to try and cycle around so this thing's like not facing me. And I'm gonna try again with that stealth check to try and get that backstab in. So it's got to roll perception.
Yeah.
Finally, something like. Okay, do we roll again?
Roll again.
Okay.
Yeah, you.
Okay, so
seeing this arrow ricochet off from Harvey, he turns to Harvey and turns his back to you, Nara.
Alrighty, and I'm gonna fire a shot at it. So I get, so it's my dexterity, and then I get. Oh, I'm gonna aim first. So it's dexterity, so that's then a +2 for aim, and then a +2 to the attack for a backstab, so it's +8. And I swear to God, if I miss again, I think Roll20 hates me. Thank goodness. I hit.
Yeah.
Finally, I do something. That's 1d6 damage. But it is plus stuff. It's 1d6 plus my perception, yeah? Cool. 6 damage.
6 damage. Yeah, this creature sort of like almost yells as you fight. It doesn't expect you to hit, basically, because you haven't done so far. So when it feels this arrow literally in the back, it sort of arches back upwards and makes almost what you think is a very muffled scream. But again, it's not in any way human.
Yeah. Just a trademark whistle. I was like, watch your back.
Yeah. It is Harbeck's turn.
I am going to. Where is Corypheus? Who is Corypheus heading toward?
He is currently looking at Harvey.
Okay, so I'm still between the two of them?
Yes, you're still between the two of them.
Okay. Then I am going to move forward, and I am going to just take a regular attack at him with my +1 from aim.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that's a hit.
Sweet.
10, yes. It is Trouble's turn next. Would you like him to do anything in particular, Harbeck?
I just call for him to join the fight. No, actually, I call for him to drag Terrail out of here.
You call for okay. You hear a grumble as Trouble sort of tears across this effectively battlefield towards Terrail, grabs him by just the chainmail and starts tugging. Terrail does resist, but let's have a look. So
just like a suntan lotion bottle.
Yeah. So that's Terrail. Okay. Oh wow, they're the same. Oh no, they're not the same. 14 on a 14. It's a real struggle, but Trouble is really pulling Terrail, and you can see him being dragged off to the side through this water and back up the other side. It is Gizgid's turn.
Great. Well, can I get you a ladder? I did look it up. You can use a major action and a minor action on your turn. All-out attack is a major action. The disadvantage is that you get a -1 to your defense. So you you don't suffer the minus action.
Awesome.
So I will aim at Corypheus, which looks a lot like squaring up, and go in for another attack. And this time I'll add all of my things because I didn't last time. I forgot to add my focus in axes. 19, 5 stunt points.
That's a definite hit.
That's where taunt is, I was wondering. I will... I'll roll damage on that first. There's another 13.
13, yeah.
Then I'll lightning attack. This time without aim. 14.
Doesn't hit.
Last 2 points of stunt point. I'm going to taunt. I insult or distract one opponent of your choice within 10 yards of you. I have to make a communication versus the target's willpower.
Okay. Let's have a look. Hey,
I'm right here! Damn it.
Is that the end of your turn? Yeah. Corypheus has turned to look at Harbeck as Harbeck strikes him and swings out. Same as he did to Gizgid. 19.
Oh, okay.
That's the price you pay for a grave robin.
Now is not the time.
Please take 11 damage for me.
Okay. I will subtract 5 from that for my shield stuff and my armor.
And there is this, it's almost like these two hands come forward and just try and crush you in the center as you stand between Harvey and Corypheus. It is Holdra's turn. Are you just gonna keep holding her there? Or...
I'm just gonna keep holding her there. I would also like to do another like look around the area and see if there's a way, if this magical creature has any weakness at all.
Roll a perception for me.
Nine.
You see nothing.
Oh, this is... Watch out, guys! This is dangerous.
This mage is gonna make another wisdom.
Please fail.
15.
She's up.
You hear this absolute gasp as she sort of jumps up out of the water, and she turns to look at you, Huldra, as she...
Mage fight.
She has a broken arm, just to be.
She does, but she's got another one and a staff.
Wait, I moved her to the water. Is she still? How close is she?
She's a mage. She can distance attack.
No. What I meant was the staff shouldn't have her staff on her. Should be laying when I pushed her to the floor.
Oh yeah, but she could still use magic.
Oh, okay.
So she is going to roll. She sort of stands. Let's have a look. 14?
For what?
To hit you.
To hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Usually with mages, it's... I think I'm supposed to roll... And if I fail, I take half damage?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll the damage.
Okay, yeah. That hits. in
That's
that
an
case.
11 damage for me.
Oh god, that's a lot. Cool.
Is it rolled or is my roll 20 just being really slow?
It's rolled.
Oh, I haven't got it.
11.
Okay, yeah, mine's still updating. There we go.
I like that you roll the highest as well with damage.
On an 11, she sort of springs up out of this water and just holds out her hand, and almost like this light shoots across and sends you flying backwards. Huldra with 11 damage. Harvey, it is your turn again. This creature has just lashed out as Harbeck got in between both of you.
Any day, wardens, come on!
I didn't roll for the wardens. Never mind. Hang on, I forgot to roll for the wardens. Hang on, let's roll for. I'll roll 3 times. It's 16 is a hit. 19 is a hit. 13 is not. 13 is not. 12 is not. So 3 of them run forwards and hit. So I'm going to roll damage for all 3 of them at once. So. Okay, they each hit with 14.
Ooh, God, how much total damage have we done?
You're on a well, I'll tell you afterwards. Otherwise. Now it's Harvey's go. As you've seen 3 of these Grey Wardens still staggering, but 3 of them you can hear with almost like a war cry. They've run forwards and just all at once hacked at this creature, and you hear Corypheus sort of throw back this screech.
There we go. It's about time. Welcome to the party. And let's fire an arrow. Boom. And 3 stun points.
Just misses, I'm afraid.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. You got so distracted at yelling at the Grey Wardens, you've just sort of just missed it as you actually see them do something for once. It is Nara's turn.
Alrighty. Yeah, I do what I'm best at, and I run away. I like into the again wherever he's looking. I'm behind him, and I'm gonna stealth again. Also, I realized that I should have rolled another d6 for the sneak attack that was last.
Okay, well add that on to whatever you do this time if you hit. So
Okay.
are you trying to sneak again? So
I'm just trying to sneak again.
Okay.
So the other opposite.
18.
Oof, Jesus. Ha!
20, yeah. You think he sort of turns, and at the last second you manage to duck behind a rock or something, just part of one of the statues. You slide behind them.
Okay, and I aim, and I fire. 21, 5 stun points. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. 5 stun points. I'm gonna use a mighty blow.
Mm-hmm.
Did we say that we can do mighty blow twice, like more than once, or not?
I haven't been. I think you can only use it once per round.
Only use it once. Okay, that's fair. So I'll use a mighty blow. I'll use pierce armor, so that's 3 stun points so far. And I don't know if I can, because he's fucking huge, but I'm gonna knock prone.
You could try.
I can try. It doesn't have a roll for it. It just says it does.
Just if you knock prone, just knock prone. I tell you what you can do. You can effectively stun him.
Stun him, maybe like a pin him to the ground or something.
Yeah,
like
sort of. You see his feet touch the ground as he almost stands dazed rather than anything else.
Alrighty, so I have 1d6 from this. So 1d6 from just the short bow, 1d6 from last round because I fucked up, 1d6 for the backstab this round, and then another one for the pierce, the mighty blow on this one. Yep. So 46 total, plus my perception, and then plus 1 just because of +5 on that. and it's his armor's halved for it. Oh, Jesus Christ!
God, okay. Jeez, okay.
Yeah, she fires it, and I think it just like straight. I think it goes through the Achilles tendon,
Yeah,
where his foot is. It goes straight through the Achilles.
it goes
and-
straight through, and you see him buckle, like he sort of falls down and onto one knee.
Yeah.
Still with Harbeck, he's still in front of you, but you've just seen this huge height drop.
Yeah. If he's counted as prone, any creature making a melee attack against prone foe gets a bonus, plus one bonus to the attack roll if we're counting him as prone.
Yes, yeah, we will do.
And you just hear Nara say, "Watch your back,"
Yeah,
and she runs off again.
and Harbeck, what do? You see Corypheus fall in front of you.
I am going to. What's the all-out attack, Scrat? It's +1 to damage or just attack?
+1 to damage, -1 to defense.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna take an all-out attack, and just take a swing at Corypheus. Probably his chest. I probably still can't reach his head. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't reach his head quite yet, but
Yeah.
you can go for his chest for sure.
Cool. Hold on.
That doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
Woof.
Okay, it is Trouble's turn. Trouble has sort of wrestled to rail over to the back, so these two don't necessarily have a go because they are sort of fighting each other in a friendly way. As you can see, Trouble actually dragging Trail back down into the cave that you sort of came out of, just back into the tunnel. Gizgid, it is your turn.
Gizgid's gonna again carry on squaring up, minor action aim, then go in with another all-out attack. 18.
Yep, that's a
Nice.
hit.
18 and 2 stunt points. So we'll add a d6 to the damage. We're using Mighty Blow. So there's 14 damage there. Poor rolling. 14 damage. And can I move them? Can I move them 2 yards closer to the I move them 2 yards closer to the grey wardens.
Okay.
And I'd like to stay aware. I make a target number 11 perception test to stay aware of things going on in the fight, see if there's anything we're not noticing whilst we get caught up in the fray.
Is good. On a 14, can you describe to me how you drop Corypheus, please? It may have taken you over half the session to get there, but when you got there...
I think Guzgid is intending to just move him 2 yards, so as he digs his axe in, forgetting his strength, I think it's probably like just his spine or something that moves. So like he just like shifts his spine. Well, where's the rip? Oh!
And you see this sort of crumple, and the rest of you, especially Harbeck, because you are right up close to it, you see it start to fall towards you. I were you.
Yeah, I backpedal.
Yeah, you can easily back up, and you just see the top of its head come crashing down onto.
I imagine I probably bump into Harvey, and now we are both just standing there looking at Corypheus's giant head.
I'd still like to make that perception check in case there's anything we haven't noticed, if that's cool.
Yeah. You make a perception check.
It's good.
On a 16, you can see Huldra and this other mage locked in battle effectively, and also this cube or this sort of swirling sort of image on the that is sort of currently hovering in the air, you see it's like it's starting to drain Corypheus back in, and through this you can see a black city.
Look, I'm gonna like convey in a way only goes good Kandahar, but the cube and the Corypheus and there's the black and the sucking and we should destroy
Oh
it.
yeah, no, I know. Yeah, we got to get that mage first. Come on.
No,
And it
I
is
don't like it.
Holdra's turn.
Okay, and Holroy is gonna use Hemorrhage on her. So if you could please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I can.
You need to beat a 15.
Their Constitution save.
Yeah.
15.
15. So is
Half
it the
damage.
is it the caster that wins, or the defender that wins?
It will be if it's a 15, I've beaten it. If it's your thing, what's it? Because it's matched dead on.
Yeah,
Like,
that goes to the roller.
Oh, okay. So half. Yeah. 13 damage.
Okay. And you see her sort of take this, and she throws almost like this light, this sort of burning sensation is thrown back at you. So on a 20.
That hits.
Yes, it does. Please take another 11 damage.
Oh, cool. Hey guys, a little help.
And the rest of you have turned, and you've seen these two mages almost locked in this battle. It is Harvey's turn as the wardens run towards Corypheus.
I kind of want to try firing an arrow at the little black mass that's forming inside the cube again, and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Go for it. Just roll for me. 21. You take aim and you fire into this almost like abyss, and as you do, you see this arrow fly through to this black city. It's like it starts to wither and blacken as it goes through, and then you see a huge hand grip it before it lands.
Ooh. Then can I go up to the cube and try and force it
You
closed?
just sit there going,
Yeah.
yeah, why not? Roll a strength to see what happens.
I'm not very strong.
I love dwarven logic. I fix it.
Back
Yeah.
together.
You're there like with this like Rubik's Cube of death trying to force it back as this, you can't see really any features, but this huge dark figure looms in the background and looks to where this arrow came from. It's Nara's turn. You can see Huldra fighting this mage.
Also, I want to add, you can see Huldra is looking really rough. Like she's about to fall down to her knees.
God.
Just saying.
I'd like to get behind this mage and fire an arrow at them. I'll sneak behind them, see if they
Mhm.
notice me.
Yep. Where is this? Straight 3d6.
Ooh, not good.
Oh!
Hey. Yeah, and I fire an arrow. Aim, fire an arrow.
Mm-hmm. Whoo!
I'm doing shit.
Yeah,
Um,
like wow.
So 4 stunt points. I'm going to I'm gonna use a mighty blow, so
Mhm.
another d6, and then if it was, I'm gonna use I don't think this is gonna work because it's intimidate is a strength check and not communication unless you'll let me do it. But I'm gonna use threaten. And,
Okay.
So let's do damage first. So that's one from the bow, backstab, and then the pierce, the mighty blow, and it's +5. 16 damage.
16, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd like to whistle at her,
Mm-hmm.
and just like getting like sharp whistle, getting her attention right after I fire that arrow. I just kind of give her a little cocky grin.
Yeah.
So it's an intimidation check against their willpower, self-discipline, if they have a focus in that.
Right.
What?
Oh, I did that wrong.
I
Sorry.
was gonna say.
Whoa.
Yeah.
7. Yeah. After seeing what you've just taken down, seeing you all turn on her, you see her sort of start to back up.
Threaten means that the next attack they make has to be at me.
Has to be.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And Harbeck, it is your turn.
Harbeck looks to Harvey trying to close the cube and the large looming creature. And he says, "Oh, stone. Okay, what are you?" And he runs over and he's gonna help Harvey try to close this thing.
You've got these dwarves, like, shut!
You can do it!
I will say, if you roll stupidly well, there is a super big chance you can close this like this, because I love this image.
If we're supporting each other, do we both roll?
Yes.
I got a 14.
That's not going to close it. Nor is that. You're both there, like, really trying to close this thing. As you hear Trouble come barking forward, as Terrell runs back into the room as they're sort of in this constant fight of pulling each other. He's nowhere near the mage or near anyone else, but Terrell has run back in the room. Guzgid, it is your turn. You're muted, Guzgid.
Well, as much as it's been fun sitting over here fighting Corypheus, I guess that means I now need to start the long trek towards everyone else.
Oh my god, I forgot about your arm.
So I guess I'll use the run action. I can run 8 yards. Can I get close to anyone?
You can get to the cube, or you can get to Terrail that is running towards you with Trouble. You can't get to the mage.
Are any of your throwing axes nearby?
I will gather my throwing axes.
There is one lodged in Corypheus.
Yeah, take that and throw that at the mage. I forgot that you wouldn't be able to help Huldra.
Yeah, I've got that. I'll grab the throwing axe. Would that be a minor action?
Yeah, just take it.
I mean, it's essentially a reload. And then I'll use my main action to run towards... Run sort of central so that I can get as close to maybe helping Huldra or maybe helping Javier. I'm running out of action, so I'll get somewhere so that I'll hopefully be useful next round.
I do want to see just another dwarf on this pile. The closest.
It's a joint effort, guys.
We're gonna do it. Teamwork makes the dream work.
It is Huldra's turn.
Okay, so Huldra is looking extremely rough. Like, if you
I'm
could...
so sorry.
So if
armor.
someone were to, I don't know, point at her, she would fall over. But she doesn't care. So, and she's out of mana. She can't do shit. So she takes out her sword and just gonna cut at her.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make my attack roll. What do I roll for sword attacks?
3d6 plus strength.
Okay.
Yeah, depends on the sword, but likely strength.
Give me 1 second. Is it plus might?
Your strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
No focus.
Oh, okay. -2 then on that.
Let's have a look. Minus.
-2 because no focus. I thought I could add in my might.
Oh, okay.
So it would be 15.
It is a hit.
Yes.
Just.
Okay, so what do I roll damage for that sword?
Depends on the sword.
It was
Probably a d6 plus 1 if it's like if it's that one that we got from that dagger store.
Yeah.
If it's the one that we got from that dagger store.
yeah, but
that
it
would
was
be
like
so
the biggest
fucking
sword.
much.
But I guess if it's fancy,
The biggest dagger.
yeah. Okay, so 1d6 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
How rough does she look like?
She's looking better than you.
Oh gosh. Okay, 7. How? She took like 20 damage in the beginning and then 13.
Beefy mage.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly. 7.
This is now the mage's turn. And it's gonna hit Nara as it turns to
Dude.
Nara. Let's have a look.
Up.
16.
That hits.
Yep. And that's 8 damage as this, that you feel this force hit you as this sort of like this energy just sort of goes straight into your stomach. Harvey, it is your turn.
I'm fine.
Are you still trying to close this cube?
Wait, wardens don't have a turn anymore?
They've run over to Corypheus. They're doing something over there.
Oh, okay. Huldra looks like she's in more pain, and I've tried with this cube. Harbeck is there. I'm gonna go and attack the mage.
Okay.
So we're just shifting focus, and we're gonna fire an arrow.
It's a hit.
Boom. With 7 damage.
Okay. How are you taking out this mage?
Probably firing the arrow like through the back of her kneecap to like bring her down to her knees and have her collapse face first into the water.
And you fire this off, you hear a yelp as she sort of just drops forward, and there's this absolute crash into the water, and those of you, like Nara and Holder, as you stand by, this water comes up and just drenches both of you. And Nara, your mother, snaps out of it. Her eyes roll back in her head and she just collapses.
I run to her. If we're out of combat, I run to her.
You are all out of combat.
Yeah.
However, this cube you can see Harbeck struggling with. And those of you that look towards Harbeck will see this dark figure become 2, 3, 4 dark figures on the other side.
Can I get my hands on the faces that have the same symbols that are burned into my hands?
You can, yes. You can probably get hold of like 2 of the main ones, yes.
He is going to slap his palms onto those, and he is going to try like twisting the faces of the cube as he tries to shut it, essentially trying to still use it like as a puzzle cube while trying to get it to close.
Okay. Roll me both the equivalent like dexterity, so it's like a sleight of hand, but also strength.
Okay. Woof. That's a series wrap on Harbeck, everybody.
And the strength, please. On a 15 and a 13, you really start to force this cube close, but you're really trying to turn it and nothing is turning it. And as you do, you see this long finger, this long bony finger with extra joints reach out as this cube is slowly closing.
Can I, at seeing that, can I just dart over and just shink my blade out and just hack it off?
Yeah, roll for me.
Okay. Does it see me coming? Do I get backstabbed?
It sees you coming.
Yeah, so that's plus 5, so that's plus dex. 15 with some points.
On a 15, you run forward. You don't need to roll damage for this. As you slice this finger off, and Harbeck, I need you to make one more strength check. It needs to be a 15.
I believe in you.
Well, 15 or up.
No, my faith was misplaced.
I would remind people you don't have to use them. Harbeck, you have 2 rerolls.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use at least one of those.
Buddy. Oh,
15.
There we go. Use both of them.
It feels like a wave of explosion as you turn, it's like everything suddenly locks into place, clinks together, and closes, and you're all thrown backwards, apart from Guzgid, who is too far away and is
Huldra is also
stood, like
it's very heavy.
He's just heavy, so he stands upright, and the room is quiet.
Mom? And I run over and just try and see if she's alive.
She is breathing, but she is out.
Why do I always find people I love unconscious? What is it?
And Terrail runs forward and quickly sort of runs to Harvey, gives her a hug, and then runs over to Harbeck, gives a bit of a hug, and then a slap, like around the arm for sending him off.
Oh, hey, what are you?
I could have done it.
He says, and you can see Trouble is still trying to pull him back, and like Terrail's trying to push Trouble off.
All right, Trouble, leave him alone. Terrail, you are a novice fighter at best, and we were just.
He puts his hands on his hips.
With a god, young man. This is not some place for you to be fooling around or learning.
Well, you were a big help, Terrell. Thanks for being so brave.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Harvey.
But next time we're facing a god, listen to the adults. If we tell you to get out of our way, you leave the room.
Thank you. Yes, listen to Huldra. Huldra knows. Can't have little elf boys run around getting slapped around by gods. I do this, and Harbeck just starts like getting up and dusting himself off.
Not with one of them little knives, anyway. We need to get you axe training, get you toughen you up a little bit.
You can see him squint, and he looks particularly at Harbeck. He's like,
Well, he didn't hit me.
Yeah, because you kept that out of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
And I use daggers.
I'm giving him a secret little fist bump.
yeah, you can see a smile on his face. You can see he feels a lot more relaxed than he was. He's playing. But he then just does hug you, Harbeck, like his little arms go around. It's just like,
I am really glad everyone's okay, though.
Yeah, speaking of okay, just give me a second.
Like,
let me just go to my Guzgid blood bank.
Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. You can see Huldra like, speaking of okay, don't have to look at this if you don't want to. And I take Guzgid's little blood jar and I use the blood to, and I basically just absorb it in my hand and rubs my palms together and starts a fake glow, and I gain 4 hit points. So I'm at 5 health. If anyone wants to know, I was 1 hit point away by the mage.
Oh my god! Did that magic like burn a hole in my delightful Elysian suit? Am I just sitting there open torso?
It's just here. There's just a burn mark just through.
Like, I can't believe I was on 1 hit point and 0 mana.
Oh my god!
Harbeck walks over to where Nara and Jenner are.
Yeah, I'm gonna gently try and shake her awake.
Is she breathing?
Yeah, she's breathing, but she's out.
All right.
So,
Wake
does anyone see a way out of here?
Harvey wants to go look at what the Grey Wardens are doing with the body.
You can wander over, and the Grey Wardens, they seem to be mages themselves. And you can probably guess that's why they were under the influence they were from this other mage. And their hands are glowing this sort of blue color, and you can see almost like a seal going over Corypheus's body, sealing him in. And they all seem to be focusing. One of them looks towards you. So, thank you. And sort of holds out a hand, almost as a greeting, but also of thanks. Thank you so much. We can deal with this now. We have a place we can seal it, lock it shut.
Good, yeah, take care of that thing. We're gonna need you guys to come with us.
We can do that. I can do that. The others may have to stay here, but to deal with this, but I can go with you.
There's a lot happening on the surface, and we've got another blight ahead of us. It's already started, actually.
I feared as much. And he sort of frowns briefly, but I will follow all of you. I'm sorry, I don't know what I did in that state. If I harmed any of you, then I'm sorry.
There wasn't really a whole lot much going on, so don't worry about it. Do you know the way out?
There is one exit up through there, and he just gestures to the other side of the room, and you can see what looks like a very wide open tunnel. It takes us up onto one of the ledges, and there is a tunnel straight up to the surface from there.
All right, then.
I don't know how many doors are in our way, but we can try.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, and you see him walk over to the rest of his Grey Wardens. They seem to converse briefly, and he explains that he'll be going with you. And he turns back. Do we move?
Mm-hmm. Huldra, you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
I think Guzgid will walk over to Huldra, seeing that she's hurt, and take his axe and just cut his hand open again.
Oh no, that's not necessary.
No, that's how this works, right? You get blood, you get healed.
Yes. Also, time heals me. But I do appreciate that, and I take a little bit of blood. So I'm just gonna take 1, so you lose 1 HP.
You can take a lot more than that. I've got hit points for days.
Okay,
You're on 5, I'm on 50.
Okay, I'll take 3. So I get that 3d6. So I get another 10 HPs.
There you go.
Thank you.
Well,
And yeah, go on, sorry.
no, go for it.
The Grey Warden starts to move. And sort
Follow
of
it.
gestures to you can see Alia heading over to Nara's mother, sort of helping her up. It's more of trying to carry her than anything. There's not really much else to do, and the Grey Warden aids her, sort of actually scoops up Jenna and throws her over the shoulder. So, I suggest we move quickly, though. If it's as bad as you say it is, then...
Do we, is Ariana still with us?
Ariana's still with you. She's sort of slumped in the corner. She was in real bad shape. And she pushes herself up and walks over to the warden to try and help them with Jenna.
Be careful. So you can tell, like, Nara's, like, stressing.
Yeah, this Grey was like, I won't drop her, child.
All right, come on. We got a long way to go to get back to, well, they're probably in the Anderfels by now, actually.
Hopefully. I know there's an exit in the Anderfels. I just don't know where. I don't really remember much of getting here. And you start to make your way along this passage, and it starts off as a small sort of tunnel, but there are actual steps almost carved into inside this tunnel as you sort of start to climb up. Terrail is back on top of Trouble and sort of walking his way up as well. He's sort of intrigued by the Grey Warden, so he's now walking behind the Grey Warden, not talking, just being nosy, basically, having a look. He's never seen a Grey Warden before.
Yeah.
And you all start to walk. So what would you like to say?
We, Harbeck just kind of looks around at everyone.
You have the cube now?
Yeah, about that. And he kind of smiles and says, I left it with the Grey Wardens.
Don't have that urge to get it back.
No, I don't think it'll be bothering me anymore. I think they'll be able to seal it up along with Corypheus. Shouldn't be bothering anybody anymore, so thank you, all of you.
Shame we couldn't chuck it in, like, a pool of lava or something, you know?
Oh, I don't want to taint any lava. Figure it might just make the cube more powerful. I don't know how that thing works.
Lava monster.
No.
Giant
And Harbeck points to, like, the lava burns from the rage demon on his face, and he's like, yeah, watch out. Oh, no.
Can you imagine a lava golem?
Ugh. Yeah, no, I don't want to. That sounds awful.
Does sound awful. Also kind of cool.
I mean, yeah.
It's for the best that thing is out of your life, honestly.
Hopefully out of all of our lives.
Yeah, I agree. And Harbeck is just kind of walking alongside Trouble, and he just gives him, like, a little butt scritch.
Yeah, you could just see his tongue sort of hang out as you do that, just sort of like looks pretty happy with himself. As he draws back from the Grey Warden to stand, sort of walk alongside you. And Terrail's still atop of this. And he looks at you, he's like,
I'm sorry I didn't do as I was told. I always follow orders. I was a very good servant.
Yeah, I imagine you're a pretty good servant, but I think with enough time you're going to make a much, much better soldier.
You think I can lift one of those?
and he sort of points at Guzgir's axe.
Yeah, I think with enough time you could probably swing a battle axe.
You see him like look at his arms, like almost like weighing it up, like just trying to work out.
Is it? Okay.
You didn't have
You'll
to,
show me
though.
though, right?
You're pretty good at the bow as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, I can I can show you some, but imagine Gersgear will probably be a fair sight better unless you're interested in taking up a shield.
I don't know. Do I get a hat?
And he sort of gestures.
Harbeck just kind of tips his head. He says, "Yeah, I imagine you could probably make do with a hat." And he takes his hat off and he puts it on Terrell's head.
And it drops right, like, over his eyes. Just sort of, and he sort of tries to straighten it up. And he can't see, but he still quite happily wears it as you walk along the side. And you exit this tunnel up onto this huge ledge. And down below, you see the blight. You see that dark spawn, that army of dark spawn as you're in the deep roads, filing through in these masses, these ogres, these just hurlocks, these creatures, as they move. And the Grey Warden looks down, sort of grimaces. We need to keep moving. This is worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Yes, remember, we're still in the deep roads, everyone. Back into formation.
Bro quickly adjusts the hat so that he can see where he's going.
Yeah,
Move
Harbeck
in
falls into
with
the
Alia.
forward position.
Yeah, I'm gonna move in step with Alia. We're gonna probably take up the back. Both of us bows in hand.
Yeah, Alia's got her back to the party as she's watching the back. She's put Ariana in between the party and herself.
Yeah, I'm probably the same as well.
Where were we going before all this nonsense happened?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Well, I sent a
no.
whole
Helping
team
the
of
Emperor.
horses and supplies up to the hinterlands, but that was
Did you
ages
send-
ago.
Did you mention something about the Emperor?
Yeah, I think, well, and Harbeck looks at Gersgear and he says, "Pretty sure the Emperor was going to the Anderfells. Did you send
God,
those
not
supplies
dead.
to the hinterlands?"
I thought they were going to the hinterlands.
I'm pretty sure they were going to the Anderfells.
You're going to the
Oh no.
Well, I mean, it doesn't
Oh.
matter. I mean, we didn't see either of the men away, did we? So,
Yeah, I just feel
Maybe
like
they
they
could've
probably could have used all those, It's fine. Alright.
Surely they'd
Man.
ask the Emperor and not just take an outsider's word for it.
Every city we've come across so far has been put to ruin. Hopefully that Enderfells are still there anyway.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is a,
I did put it all on the Idukan tab, so they might not have asked too many questions.
yeah, about that.
Yeah, that's gonna
Yeah,
catch
we-
up to us at some point.
Oh no, that is definitely gonna bite us in the behind. But
The price of fame.
are we? I mean, are we meeting up with the Emperor, or are we trying to? I don't know. Find people to take back Orzammar.
I think we should go to the Emperor, right?
I mean, more pressingly, do you know a way out of the deep roads that isn't through Orzammar?
Well, I think, and Harbeck nods to the Grey Warden, like, I think this guy's gonna get us somewhere close to the Anderfells, but
You approach, and what most of you dwarves will recognize, if not have heard about, these huge doors. Very much like the ones you saw in the western approach, those huge doors that block off the deep roads. And you see this Grey Warden approach this door. We need to get through this, and then it should take us where I think we're going.
Think.
Well, either way, it's up. He sort of looks back at Holder, just like, like I said, I was pretty out of it when that happened.
Perhaps Harvey and I can have a look at it.
I was gonna say, Javier is the best at opening doors. You should have seen her in the Western approach. She opened that door easy.
I got this.
It was open. It was closed when I saw it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it for any traps or anything first.
Roll for
And-
me, please.
Can I help out at all?
Yes, if you both make a perception.
I have a +6 to it, but yeah, go ahead.
What, for like dexterity stuff? Like,
Yeah,
Or-
like
yeah.
dexterity.
Wow.
I was about to say I'm waiting for the free ones. Like,
what am I rolling?
It's
What am I
like
rolling?
like a sleight of hand or a perception,
Okay.
which one whatever you're doing.
Okay, I'm gonna do sleight of hand because I also have a +6.
There you
The youth.
go. The youth.
I also
youth.
need everyone else to make me a perception check, please.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Oh,
Will we be
great.
distracted by this and not-
Yeah, you probably wouldn't see this, you two, as you're looking at this door.
I perceive.
Give me a second. +1. Let's go. That's 9.
Buddy.
As you do this, whilst the rogues are distracted by the door, you see these two huge hands of this ogre climb up the side and walk along the path through the tunnel you are in. And this grey warden turns, sort of hands Jenna down to Alia, and takes the sword out. It's like, open the door quickly.
Okay. Opening the door. Shall I roll a lockpick?
Can you please roll lockpick? And what are the rest of you doing as this ogre's huge head turns and looks at you?
Harbeck takes up a defensive position at the front of the party, essentially, between everyone and the ogre.
Yeah,
Shall we,
Holdra is readying her knife to produce some mana.
Looks like a pretty good weapon, Harbeck. Shall we push up maybe 6 to 8 yards? Put a bit of distance between us and them.
Can you make 6 to 8 yards? That's good.
Yeah, I think we should probably,
I will allow you to move this kid.
And Harbeck moves up a bit with Gersgeard.
Trouble with Chirel on his back moves up as well, but they stay behind you. They stay solidly behind you, and you can hear that growl. As this
Right.
door, Harvey, sort of you hear it click and turn, and it starts to open, but it gets stuck. It's old, it's been there for a while. And this ogre charges towards Harbeck and Guzgid.
Is it on a trajectory to run into the door?
It's to just plow through all of you.
Um,
It's gripping the sides of the walls as it's running, and you can see it crushing some of the rock in its hands as it goes.
This is like
Uh,
strange, though.
Can I let me help you? Can I help?
Is that
Everyone roll initiative for me. Those who want to fight, roll initiative. Those who are opening the door.
environmental
I'll look
question?
to Harvey. Like, do you think you have this? I'll cover you.
Yeah, I could try by myself, but yeah.
I'm gonna help open the door.
I have an environmental question. You say we're on a ledge?
Yeah,
How wide is the ledge?
wide enough to fit an ogre, but not that much wider.
Good to know. Damn my shitty initiative.
Okay, so
Can I plus my might to try to push open the door?
I will in just a moment. I'm just gonna. So, let's.
So the door's
roll.
open. It's just dark.
It's an
Alrighty.
old door.
Okay, I'm not very strong, so I'm gonna join the initiative and just set up shop in front of.
Okay.
Harvey to cover that.
Please.
What'd you say?
Okay, 16. Okay, Nara, it is your turn first.
Yeah,
One
she's
round.
gonna prop herself up and she's gonna aim and fire at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It charges 6 plus 4, 6. Oh, oopsies! Why did I roll 4 of them?
Oh, wow,
Well, either
okay.
way, the first.
Yeah, otherwise.
I didn't mean to roll 4 of them. Would you like me to roll again, or would you like me to just use those first 3 rolls?
Rolling.
So it'll be a 12.
Well,
Okay.
that's a hit.
Oh, okay. Well, 12's a hit anyway. Never mind. Okay,
Yeah.
ignore that second roll then.
Yeah.
Alrighty, yeah. So I just fire at it. So it's just 1d6 plus 5. 5 damage. No, 11 damage.
You fire these arrows and they sort of stick into it. You hear it sort of yell and roar as it sort of falls back on one of its arms, but it keeps running towards you. Harbeck, it is your turn.
I was just like, shit, not again.
I want to try to sidestep it as it gets close to me and then shove it off the ledge.
Okay. This is big. You're going to need to roll probably a good strength for this.
Okay.
Doesn't quite push it off the edge, but you can get the swing and you see it sort of like moves closer to the edge of this.
Very scared.
Is taking his knife that he has and literally taking the opportunity as you push it aside to just swipe at it. He hits it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, he swipes and you see this splurt of blood. This almost like a paper cut on this like ogre's leg just sort of opens up and you just hear, I hit it! Like as it goes round. And Guzgid, it is your turn.
Celebrate later.
Like, yeah, he doesn't get it.
Guzgid is going to attack the ogre with his axe.
Yep.
Hey mate, can I take a minor action to make this a little easier? Can I do something like that?
Whilst he's doing this as well, could Harvey and Holder also roll me a strength, please, to open this door?
18.
Awesome. You both get the doors open enough for you all to sort of squeeze through, so I've pushed through.
So my minor action, in case this doesn't work, is going to be to stand firm. So I lower my weight and prepare to resist any and all efforts to move me from the place where I stand.
Okay.
And I'm standing between the ogre and the door, like, come on! That'll be my strength of might versus... their strength might versus my strength might, and my strength might is pretty damn impressive.
Okay.
Then I'm going to attack the ogre. 15?
That is a hit.
No stunt points. But, as a two-handed journeyman, I get to move a creature 2 yards in any direction I please.
Yes, you do. Describe it for me as you shove it off the edge.
Well, seeing that might didn't work, and since I'm not making a might check, I guess as it runs close, I'm just gonna hook its knee with my axe and just sort of like put its foot so its foot's off the edge. Bye!
Yeah, and you just hear this roar as it tumbles downwards. And you hear a collective roar very low down as it crushes some of the dark spawn.
You can hear Holra turn around and like, did Guske just take out an ogre by himself?
He sweep the leg.
The rail, like,
Yeah.
Always
That's
sweep
not
the
a thing.
leg.
Gravitated.
his trouble is dragging him through this door.
It's very impressive, but I do think gravity did most of the work.
Oh, well, gravity just happens all the time, doesn't it? Dwarves don't help make gravity happen, nope. Oh.
The way that you're wording that makes it sound like you actually think that. No, never mind.
The Grey Warden picks up Jenna again, and it's like, come on, as he runs, sort of trying to indicate we need to close this door again. We don't know if that's the last one.
Yeah, Nara's got her bow out and drawn, and if she sees any hands like come up onto the ledge, she's shooting it out.
Yeah. I will say, just as for free, you will see hands starting to appear, and you can fire at these hands. You can back up. Alia is joining you at your sides, just sort of firing these arrows every time another hand appears. Are you all running through the door?
Yeah.
Since we've opened the door, I'm on the other side, and as soon as everyone is through it, I am shutting it, slamming it, locking it.
I think
good
Nara
as
and
last.
Yola. Okay, Yola.
As he runs past
I think
Nara and Alia, like, I can't.
On the other side.
I think Nara would actually stay and wait for Guzkid. It's just like, come on, and she's trying to pepper these arrows at these things.
As you see these darks starting to climb up the side, you see Guzkid running with them on his tail. And as Nara and Ali are the last ones to step through the door, firing that last arrow through that tiny little slit in the gap. And it's almost like that same vision you had when you first spied through Orzammar. All of those darkspawn coming through. But the door is sealed. And run. You can run. You can keep running. You run up the tunnel. You can hear things thundering against the door, but this is a dwarven door. You know this is going to stay shut.
Orzammars didn't. Let's go.
We go for
Sorry,
it.
go on, Harbeck.
No, I'm good. Go for it.
You tear up this tunnel. You run, and that you follow this Grey Warden that is leading the way, running as fast as he can. And you feel like you're running for an age. Not a dragon age, but you are running for an age. And slowly you can see what looks like light of something coming through this almost like a trap door type thing, a heavy trap door. But nonetheless, you can see it, and it is huge. And you can see this Grey Warden, again passing Jenna down, starting to really throw himself up against this and banging on this wood and this iron.
Yeah, Harbeck is going to help him immediately.
Yeah, with both of you, you can start pushing. Terrail is stood on trouble and is trying to reach up, and his fingers just about reach as he's trying to, like, push up. It's not doing anything, but he feels like he's helping. And you sort of push up and out, and just this sunlight almost blinds you, and this hot air. And you see this Grey Warden climb out and look around. He reaches down, pulling each of you, if you take his hand out of this tunnel. He reaches for Terrail first, whose arms are still upright. He just grabs his wrists and pulls him out and helps heave Trouble out of this. He falls over in the process. Trouble's a big dog.
I climb out and start helping people out as well.
Yeah, you start.
I help passing Jenna up.
Yeah, Jenna's being pulled up. She's being dragged to a place out of the sun. And you see Ariana sort of heave herself up with like a wince, but she gets herself out. And she looks around as well, sort of shielding her eyes. You see Alia wince, but get out as well. It's more the sunlight that seems to be really dazing all of you. This is blinding. And you look up and around as this Grey Warden slams this trapdoor again and starts moving things on top of it. As you stand in a keep, a huge sort of courtyard, a huge space. This is huge. Towers reach up to the sky as you stand in Adamant Fortress, the Griffin Wing Keep, one of the Grey Warden bases you were supposed to find.
Yeah. Yeah, I think anyone looking at Nara, you'd see her definitely move closer to Alia. I think something about being underground for a while after so long and then being back up into this courtyard has like kind of reset her thing for it, and she definitely notably like breath hitches like next to Alia, like gripping her hand quite tightly.
You also see a few grey wardens around looking at you as they run over. They run to all of you. 2 of them, you can see the one you were with, commands them to go pick up Jenna, and you see her taken off to, you can guess, up to one of the battlements. They look to you and they hand you water, they hand you food. We were told you would arrive, but we feared you were dead.
Us? Dead? This is nothing.
Yeah, I've never died before and don't plan to start, so.
And there's a laugh, like a proper rumble of a laugh with this another dwarf in this big sort of like armor, this grey warden armor laughs with this sort of silver griffin across it, just slaps Harbeck hard on the back, and he's like, "That's the spirit," and he sort of like pushes. This is a proper knock. This is like a crack across the,
Okay.
the back.
Oh, right.
And then you see him just see trouble. He's like, "Oh my god!" Like, and sort of walks over to this Mabari who is lapping up this affection he seems to be getting. And Terrail sort of jumps off. One grey warden was okay, but there's a lot of people now. He falls in to Harbeck's side, almost like how he always stood as a servant, just straight behind, but slightly to the side.
Harbeck just kind of slings an arm over his shoulders. Well, I think we, if it's all right with all of you, I think we all need a proper rest.
I'd quite like a sleep. I'm hungry though.
Yeah, food wouldn't hurt.
Is there any wine?
At some point, someone does arrive with wine.
Oh, thank the gods!
And
Is there a doctor or anything?
being seen to now. If any of more of you need, we have healers. And you see 3 or 4 mages step forward and sort of hold out their hands.
I look to Alia and just be like,
She nods like, "It's fine." And she walks over to them.
yeah. I was like, she wrings her hands for a bit before getting off and deciding to follow them.
And
Is it right if I come
follow
with
them
you?
off. Gizgid, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, I could probably use a bath. The deep roads are pretty rough, and I've only got some minor abrasions. This armor's pretty good, so I'll probably, set my armor up at the armorer, go and take a bath.
You can hear the clank of an armorer as a blacksmith hammers down. And one of the Grey Wardens looks at you, is like, I can provide some sort of bath. I'm not sure if it'll be fancy enough.
Fancy? It doesn't need to be fancy, just give me some hot water.
Good. Well, I can't promise hot water. And he sort of starts walking off and leads you away. What about Huldra? Are you literally following the man with the wine?
Yeah, I think if they come with like a bottle of wine, she's gonna sit down and start drinking carelessly, and she's pretty damaged, but she's like, I'll be fine, just let me.
A healer sort of attends to you, but tops up your wine as you do.
Yeah.
As she sort of sits you down on a crate, sort of out in the open. And what about Harvey? What's Harvey doing?
I am probably following the wine as well. And I'm just helping Huldra fill her cup. I fill my cup. She's done. I fill her cup again.
Yeah.
Both sit on these crates, like chatting. It's like, you are tired. All of you so tired.
Me and Harvey is just so done for it.
Terrail, and Trouble stand next to Harbeck. And Harbeck, you stand there as you talk to them both. You can feel Trouble sort of lapping at your fingers. And you hear a voice. Ah! What way did you take? And you see the Emperor walk past, go, where the hell have you been? And as that happens, we flash forward. Where are all of you months on after this? Let's start with Huldra. Where are you?
No, start with someone else.
Okay, let's start with Guzgid. Guzgid, where are you?
I'd like to think that Guzgird would have gone back to Orzammar. Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps with other members of the party. That
Start to clear out.
try and take it back. So he'd be, I don't know, maybe we could flash forward to whatever date that day starts when they're like, all standing around ready to go through the gates and retake Orzammar. And he wouldn't be one of the ones giving speeches or anything like that, because meh. But he would be right there on the front line, ready to run through that door and be ahead of everyone else and go and single-handedly take out an ogre, as he's been bragging to everyone he can do for the last 6 years. Or however many years.
There are, well, months, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Months. And you have these two other dwarfs stood by the doors of Orzammar ready to open these gates as you all stand in this front line. Do any of you join him?
Yeah, I think Huldra would actually join him in that fight.
Depends on how Nara's thing is going, because she would have searched. She would have been looking for a way to help Alia. If
Alia
they figured something out. Yeah.
is doing okay. The Grey Wardens have... She's in a lot of pain, and at the moment, just because it's months after, she's bandaged up quite a lot. They physically remove the red lyrium. It's a long process, it's a nasty process, and she has to keep going back as it grows. But it does slowly, the whispering stops, and her energy seems to come back. At least every few months she has to go back. She goes back to the same Grey Warden, and she trusts this one after the first time, this grueling agony, but each shard is removed, and she has a permanent scar all the way around the side of her face, and her chin, and her forehead. But she's okay.
Yeah. It's not. I'm guessing this is a lifetime thing. Is there no permanent fix? It's always back.
There's no permanent fix. She constantly has to go back every single time a new shard grows.
Yeah, I think every time Nara's with her, she never lets her go alone.
Yeah,
I think
every time, like, she squeezes your hand that little bit harder because this hurts. But it's done. It's done its job.
Yeah, I think in between she is kind of half looking for a more permanent fix, but also if this is working, it's not a huge, like, she's always keeping an ear out.
Alia has to travel sometimes. No one's heard of this red lyrium. People want to see her. Privately, it's not an open thing. People don't know. They don't want to scare people, especially something else during the Blight. But she meets with many in Orlais, and you can go with her every time.
Yeah, she always does.
It's good. You're on this front line, and you feel that you can hear that roar of all of these people behind you, including Huldra. You can probably hear, who stands close by your side.
In the back somewhere. Close by him, but further back.
As those doors creak open. But what about Harvey? Where's Harvey in all of this?
Harvey's alongside Gersgeard as well. She offers herself up to be a soldier to help fight off the blight and finish the work her husband died for.
Whilst you were at the keep, you got to know some of the Grey Wardens and you spoke about your husband. And they gifted you as a thanks a Mabari pup like the one you told them about, who is now almost full size as he stands almost to your shoulder. Stands beside you.
I name him Terry.
Terry the Mabari. Terry in trouble. Wow. And what about Harbeck?
Harbeck spends some of his time speaking with the Grey Wardens and sort of narrowing down who Trouble's original owner was. And then sort of giving them, obviously not a proper burial because they don't have the body, but last rites. And then go for it.
No, just saying a send-off.
Yeah. So they give them a send-off, and he makes sure that he and Trouble are there. I imagine he and Harvey and Nara and Gersgeard and Holdral spend time training Terrail in different ways.
Holroy's actually want to try to teach Terrail some magic. Sorry, I interrupted.
No worries. But I imagine as the doors of Orzammar are starting to open and everyone's shouting, standing behind or beside Gersgeard, the other side of from Harvey, is Harbeck, and he doesn't have a hat on. His hair is pulled back into a ponytail, and he has like a long black beard, and his skin is much less pale, and he is standing in Grey Warden grays and blues, and he has taken the initiation and passed it.
Beside you stands Terrail. He's much taller now. He's taller than you. He's nowhere near as broad, but he's definitely not as stick thin as he was. Trouble stands between you, and Terrail stands there with a bow on his back, a knife in his hand, and in one hand, lit up, is this sort of light that sort of swirls around in his palm as these doors open. And somewhere behind the front line, effectively, as we call it, Ariana, who now has a limp and now can't quite stand completely upright from her wound to her side, stands around a table. In the distance, if you can see, a mage tower is being built. Ariana herself pushes a book forward for the First Inquisition, as she has taken up a new role created just for her as a seeker. The doors open, and this flood of darkspawn, ogres, all manner of horrific creatures come out, and each of you can glance a smile to the other as you charge forward. But back in this war room, a man opens the door, an elf, and steps forward and puts his hand on top of the book. And he smiles and looks to Ariana. I had a feeling you would need my help again. And Ariana smiles herself and nods. Welcome back, Solus. And that is where we'll leave Dragon Age Inquisition. That's not even that thing, it's because I was playing that the other day. This is where we leave Dragon Age Children of Thedas. I see. I can't see Jeff. But I know what face he's pulling.
Yeah.
Also loving the
Oh,
idea of this
shit,
front
son.
line storming Orzammar. Everyone takes off and
Oh my
at the
god.
back.
At the back.
I like to
Just
think
a
that
wave
this
of
thing.
people around Gursky.
I like to think that this fight is the first time that Nara's into a situation. It's like she's not there on the front lines initially, but at some point you see an arrow and you see her.
Yeah.
Just run off.
Oh,
Oh,
no. You've just got Terrail. I think you've all trained Terrail.
the
In
ultimate
everything
multi-class.
Yeah, exactly.
The ultimate warrior.
Yeah, he's just our war machine now, our
Yeah.
weapon. We will use him.
He's either
Yeah.
way. He's still gangly. He's fast. He's
Oh, I love him. Oh boy. Oh
But I
my
will hand this
god.
back over to you, Adam, whilst I run and take a quick bio, because I couldn't do that in the middle of a fight.
Oh.
Sure thing. This is the finale. Normally we'd just like run to credits and stuff, but since it's the finale, I think we should talk about it. Why don't we go around and say what our favourite part of the campaign was? Avery, let's start with you.
Oh my god. Hello, my name is Avery. I got my map out online, yada yada yada. All the good stuff. I do art. Oh my god, I love this campaign so much. All the characters are so dear to my heart. I just love all the lore for it. Everything being pulled in from like the other games and stuff like that. Fucking Solus. Oh my god. This session was so good as well. And I love that ending as well. Like everyone fighting, save for baby Nara at the end.
I think I saw it in chat earlier. We sleep when the Darkspawn sleep.
Oh yeah, no rest for the wicked.
Yeah.
And the lore stuff was so good. And I'm gonna be thinking about this campaign for a long time. I want these characters to meet up again in future and see how they're all doing and stuff. I'm so attached to everybody. Everyone's done so well, and this campaign will be very close to my heart for a long time.
It's been amazing. Absolutely amazing. And next around we have Nassim. Oh, hi.
Hey, I'm really sad it's over, but it was so much fun. And I think my favorite was really just the group dynamic, especially once both Trouble and Terrail were brought in. We all kind of just like clung to them and made them our new family babies. And it was very sweet how we all interacted with them individually. And yeah, that was my favorite, I think.
Awesome, yeah. Yeah, so nice. I think that quickly hails into my favourite part as well, was the episode where we all had our deep conversations, and just the episode where we just backstoried the hell out of each other. Like, yeah. Next, let's go to Jeff.
Hi, my name is Jeff Ellis, or Many-Eyed Monster on Twitter. Man, my favorite part for the whole campaign. Yeah, I mean, like Nassim said, the dynamic and getting to know like Terrail and Trouble and getting to know everybody's characters as we all sort of like grew into our own unit. This is also like it just felt like a very like tactical campaign anytime we were fighting, which was always really enjoyable. And then, yeah, I mean, I really liked the epilogue. I think that was like kind of perfect because, yeah, like the show's, the show's over, but their journey is still like very clearly like just starting. Yeah, and getting to bring so much of Harbeck's bullshit down on everybody was very enjoyable.
This whole campaign was Harbeck's bullshit, and I lived
pretty
for
much.
it.
I mean, my bad. But yeah, that's me.
Fantastic, thank you. Yeah, and some say my bad, others would say, GG.
Ooh, fun.
Ambly.
Hi! Yet again, I'm Ambly. I do a lot of art for this channel, so look for art for this channel. I'm super excited for the next campaign. Not campaign, season. Look at them. Enjoy art, guys. Like, obviously the campaign by its whole has been amazing because amazing people tend to create an amazing campaign. So thank you everyone for playing with me. There's like a few things that stuck out to me a little bit extra. I still really enjoyed the shoe throwing thing that we did because it was such a silly and random thing, but it was like building like the first, I think, relationship building activity we did, which also came back later in the campaign as like one of the best jokes for me, so thank you for that. I also really enjoyed the combat in this campaign, which is really interesting because I usually don't enjoy combat too much, but I think Alice found fun and interesting ways to deal with our enemies, so thank you for all the good challenges you throw towards us.
I think you're muted, Adam.
I am muted. I was actually saying that does neatly segue us to Alice.
Yeah. Dragon Age, those who know me, is one of my favorite things ever. So I really put a lot into this, and I do love this game. I loved all the characters. Those who know my playstyle, I suck at combat. I'm not good at it. It's something I'm really trying to improve and hopefully bring more into season 3 as well. I'm trying to make it more and more descriptive no matter what we do. There's so much in this. I like the chats. I liked the scene between Harvey and Grimm. I enjoyed doing the epilogue at the end. I like the idea of seeing an older Terrail at some point, if this ever comes back. I love Trouble. I love Trouble trying to get in the bath with Grisgid. There's just so much of this game I love. Like, and it sounds really stupid, I really like Harbeck's hat. Like, I really like that hat, which is actually the main reason I was like, I think Terrail would look good in that hat. I want to see what Terrail would look like in that hat.
I do like to think that Nara's made Harbeck a new hat as well.
Yeah,
Like,
there's probably
really hardy one.
at some point. But when everyone came to me with basically this darker version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, I was like, yeah, okay, we can do this. Let's just go and attack Orzammar and see what happens. And that's what this led to. And I feel so sorry for the Emperor, who you did meet with again in the end, but you completely abandoned.
So we just left him on red. It's not okay. Listen,
He's
I got
actually at that
kidnapped.
door, like, hello, like knocking, and no one is answering.
Yeah, he like literally like left to go get us like hot towels or something for our wounds, and then we were just gone forever.
Yeah.
In my defense, I got kidnapped.
Uh-huh.
I know.
The smiley face on the mirror that Nara saw. The
I
forgot all
I
about
totally
that.
forgot. No, I was going to have it brought up at some point. It's like, yeah, like I felt like the mirrors were teasing me. I saw like a face like appear in one of them. Someone was drawing a smiley face, and it just was so cold, and I hated it.
It was actually Harbeck held to the other side.
Yeah, I think it was Huldra that drew like a smiley face, and we just continue to draw on the mirror. That's also like
collaborative effort. No, I was
scene.
having a panic attack on the other end.
It's a scene I will always treasure. It's great.
And a very Groucho Marx sort of painting on Trouble as well. I think that's one of my favorite.
Oh my
I think
God,
Avery
yeah.
drew Trouble with those markings, and I love
Yeah.
it. So, but otherwise, yeah, I'm White Rabbit Pick on Twitter. I DM a lot of stuff, and I play in a lot of stuff. So it's all finales this week. I'll be back here later screaming into the abyss as I fight Strahd. Next season, I'm withdrawing a lot from the channel, but I am still here for sure. I am still a DM, I am still a player, but yeah, I'm still very much looking forward and very excited for everything, and I'm going to miss this game. So thank you. Back over to you, Scrap.
Thank you very much. Thoroughly enjoyed this game. This is a character I've wanted to play for a long time, Guzgid, and we definitely did him justice. My first time I ever played Dragon Age was with this character, and you all helped me make him exactly as I would have done. Even the fact that we leveled up to 5 was exactly enough levels so that he could still use all of his advancements on strength without having to wait any levels, which is great.
Guzgid's waddling. That's one of my favourite things. That's what I forgot to say. Just Guzgid waddling behind everyone because he has this epic armor on.
Yep, that's Guzgid. Big axe, epic armor. Check out all of our things, everyone. The latest thing is merch. I don't know if the Merch Madness code is still active, but if it is, you can get a 10% discount on your new school uniform, aka Academy t-shirt. Also, check out our social links. Check out the ways you can support us on Patreon and Redbubble. And check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press and Bird and the Storm Publishing, who we're very grateful for because they make all of this possible. And also there's some information there about websites you can get 10 to 15% discount on. Check that out below the screen. Otherwise, we'll be back at 10 PM now with the Curse of Strahd as I run Alice, Rachel, Madame Gandalf, and Akeley Lane through Castle Ravenloft for the last time. And speaking of Madame Gandalf, that's who we'll be raiding today. We haven't got a raid cry, let's just go in and say hi. Until then, keep on evoking emotions. We'll see you later on. Bye!
Bye-bye.